Now, our keynote speaker, Kiran, Kaja, Principal Product Manager and Global Accessibility Leader at Amazon, ensures that accessibility is integrated into products like Alexa, Fire TV, and Prime Video. Previously, Kiran led accessibility efforts at SAP, Adobe, Google, and Instagram. An advocate for accessible technology, he's traveled to 52 countries championing inclusivity worldwide.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kiran Kaja, and I am a Principal Product Manager in the Worldwide Stores Accessibility team at Amazon. In my role, I work with our colleagues and teams across the company to make sure that our Amazon shopping experiences are accessible to and useful for people with disabilities. I have been blind since birth. I grew up in India, worked in the UK, and now in the US. I'm here with my guide dog, who's also named India. I did not name him. Seeing Eye, which is the school that trained him, named him way before they decided to match him with me. It's just a coincidence. I've been working on accessibility and making sure that technology products and services are accessible. I've been in this industry for 20 years. Worked at various accessibility leadership roles at, as Peter said, SAP, Google, Adobe, Instagram, and now at Amazon. As a blind person, technology has completely transformed, access to technology and information has completely transformed my life and career. Without access to technology, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about why making your business accessible is not only the right thing to do, but is also a potential opportunity for businesses. When we talk about accessibility, as Peter noted earlier, there are quite a few misconceptions that we encounter. It's complicated, it's expensive. Oh, we don't really have any customers with disabilities. And so it's purely a compliance exercise. Well, Peter also mentioned that according to the World Health Organization, it's estimated that there are over 1.3 billion people with some form of a disability around the world. That's a lot of people. There's also, Peter has mentioned, that disposable income controlled by people with disabilities and their friends and family is anywhere from $8.5 to $13 trillion. That's a huge business opportunity, which a lot of businesses are intentionally or unintentionally are overlooking at this point. So, at Amazon, customer obsession is a key leadership principle for us. We strongly believe in working backwards from our customers and building experiences and features that delight our customers, and this includes our customers with disabilities. For over a decade now, we've been working hard to build trust with the disability community by building features that benefit customers with disabilities and their business. We are in the San Francisco Public Library. It's a little interesting because until a decade or so ago, people with disabilities, especially visual disabilities and print disabilities, did not have access to printed material. There are some estimates. Printed books in alternative formats were not that common. Less than 1% of all printed books or so were made accessible in audio or braille. In fact, I actually grew up in India, and the first time I actually was able to read an entire book was when I was 18, because in the 80s and 90s we didn't have access to technology or books in accessible formats. However, Now, Kindle provides access to millions of ebooks on multiple platforms, making it easier and convenient for our customers with disabilities to access and read all of these books. Blind and visually impaired people can read ebooks using their assistive technology, such as a screen reader or text-to-speech. Customers with dyslexia can also listen to books using speech, text-to-speech. Customers who have low vision can use text enlargement options to customize how the text looks. And people who have mobility impairments can use alternate devices to turn pages, which is also an issue with printed books. Prime Video, which is our streaming service, has the largest collection of audio-described titles compared to all other streaming services. Fire tablets provide a range of accessibility features, including screen reading service called Voice View, magnification, text enlargement, voice access, and switch control at an affordable price, starting at $59 for the Kindle, for the Fire tablet 7-inch version. The Amazon online store provides millions of products at affordable prices and convenient shipping options. We are always looking for opportunities to make it easier and efficient for our customers with disabilities to search for products and purchase products that they like. Most recently, to this end, we launched 2 new features which kind of go beyond what we are required to do for accessibility requirements, because our customers have told us that it's kind of hard to navigate. If you're a keyboard user, it's hard to navigate all the rich content on the Amazon page. So we built a feature called Navigation Assistant, which makes it easier for keyboard-only users to navigate the page, navigate Amazon page using quick links and keyboard shortcuts. We also built a feature called Product Summary, which provides a streamlined and distraction-free view for product information for some other products. So it's interesting that to me, when I saw this statistic, it's 60% of all our sales on Amazon store are actually from independent sellers, most of whom are small and medium businesses. I'd like to think that this is because we provide a consistent and accessible experience for our customers with disabilities. Fable, a top UX research company, has recently conducted a study on online shopping habits of people with disabilities, and this has got an interesting finding. People with disabilities are twice as likely to shop online compared to general population. And in this particular study, I was happy to note that 80% of the participants in this study regularly shop on Amazon because they like the consistency, the variety of products, and the price range at which we offer those products. I'm talking a lot about Amazon and accessibility, but what I was trying to point out there is that once our customers with disabilities experience an accessible product or service, they tend to stick to it. I find a service or a website or a restaurant or any small business that is accessible, I tend to stick to it because as a person with a disability, I face a number of challenges, and if I figured out that there is an accessible alternative, I am going to stick to it. A good example of this, I live in Berkeley, and there are 2 restaurants which offer, they have an interesting concept. There's no dine-in, so you have to, they are takeaway restaurants, but they require you to order, pre-order what you need, only through the website. No phone up, no ordering on the phone, which is not ideal. But one of the websites uses an accessible ordering and checkout system while the other does not. Guess which one I'm ordering regularly and almost once or twice a week. I don't cook. So it's, as Peter observed, accessibility makes your retention of customers easier, and return on investment is easier to measure when you make accessibility part of your core offering. And Peter again stole my thunder. I was going to talk about the newer generation of folks who expect businesses to be inclusive. We were at a conference a couple of years ago where we had I think a 7 or 8-year-old blind kid came up to the Amazon booth, and then he says, "Alexa, Siri, Google. What's the time? Alexa, Siri, Google. What's the weather?" Then he discovered the Amazon Fire TV remote, turned on the voice view, which is the screen reading software application on Amazon Fire TV, started his favorite show on Netflix, and sat down to watch some, Auto Cars 3 or some such thing that I have no clue. It's just that expectation that technology will be inclusive, will work for my needs as a user. The younger generation expect this. And so I think it's extremely important for us as businesses, small and large and medium, to think about what we need to do to make our businesses, products, and services more accessible. Now, for small businesses, implementing accessibility may not be disruptive or complicated. We have a panel of experts here who I'm sure will have a ton of tips on how to do this effectively and efficiently. But there are a couple of teasers I would like to kind of end with. One is, first and foremost, in this digital age, any small business who doesn't have an online presence or an online e-commerce store might struggle. So if you have a website, or if you're thinking about an e-commerce website or an app, try and make sure, do some research around the platform or the service that you're using for your e-commerce website or app has built-in accessibility features. It's a lot easier to build accessibility from ground up than overlaying accessibility on an existing inaccessible website or an app. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is, this is me, more of a personal social media user perspective, social media user with a disability perspective. Social media is critical for small businesses to get the exposure for your marketing and promotion. If you're posting a picture on Instagram or Twitter or X or any of those platforms, we blind people, for example, would also like to know what you're talking about. So most of these platforms offer a way for you to add a text description of your product. Please talk about your product. Try to sell it to everybody, including people who may not be able to see that image. If you are posting a video, most of these platforms also offer automatic captioning, closed captioning, so that people who are deaf or hard of hearing can understand what's going on. And as a blind person, I would actually like to have a description of what's going on in the video too. So make your social media content, which is critical for small businesses, accessible as well. I'd like to end by talking about new technological developments that are happening around us. AI, artificial intelligence, generative AI, and machine learning are changing how accessibility is done these days. They can potentially make it easier to create accessible content. I, for example, can use a number of apps these days as a blind person, take a picture of my environment, and have detailed descriptions of where the door is, how many chairs there are, how many people there are, described to me. So businesses that embrace AI and look for opportunities to use those technologies will be at the forefront of accessibility going forward. Thank you very much.